Well. Happy Friday, everybody. Roz McCarthy here. And guess what? I am so low today. I am here in the office. I'm by myself. We had a guest on scheduled for today, and due to technology issues and just, things happen, she wasn't able to get on today. Eric Range is off. He's out going and tending to his hemp farm. So you guys got me for a little bit. So happy Friday to everybody. If you're joining on, please go into our chat and let me know who's here. Tell me what's going on. What are you guys doing? Any plans for the weekend? We're just going to freestyle it on Friday here with Cannatalk with Roz. As you're coming on live, guys, listen, we are literally, our guest wasn't able to make it due to technology issues. Last week, we ended up having, listen, let me tell you how crazy this is. So you had all this stuff going on in Houston about the cold weather. Well, then last Friday, I'm in my house doing the show, and guess what? There was a tornado watch, and we lost power. So we weren't on last week and this week. So, anyways, this is going to be, you guys just tell us what you want to talk about. Put it into the chat. We're just going to go. Aloha from Hawaii. Hey guys. We're just going to go subject by subject. So first subject, help from New Jersey. Isaiah says help from New Jersey. Need help here. All right, Isaiah, you need help. So you guys do know that the governor signed off on a adult use bill in New Jersey, right? Everybody, if you don't know, that happened. Okay, so right now, I will tell you this. If you're someone that's identified as social equity, meaning that you've been incarcerated, arrested for a minor marijuana possession, you have a charge on your record, you live in a disproportionately impacted area that was highly policed for cannabis, you would probably qualify for social equity. They're going to build out the rules and regulations for the program. If you are someone who's hoping to enter the industry, and if you don't have the experience, I suggest you find a partner who can support you, who can piggyback with you, and you guys go after a license together in New Jersey. If you know how to cultivate, if you have manufacturing and processing experience, if you know how to run a retail, then you know what, by all means, get yourself prepared right now. Start thinking about how you're going to set up your team and make sure that your business has been created in the state of New Jersey. Another thing that you want to think about is if you guys haven't gotten your business certified as a minority-owned business in New Jersey, that's something for you to think about as well. So Isaiah, hopefully I answer your question for you. If you want another question, just get back in line and I'll make sure that I respond to you. Next question, we got, let's see. So ML Martinez, hi from Texas. I want to open up a testing lab. All right, so listen, you want to do a testing lab. What I would recommend is this. You want to go and look up the law or look up the, you want to find applications that really speak to what the state is looking for a testing lab. So long story short, go to a state like Missouri, like Florida, go to the Office of Medical Marijuana Use and pull a laboratory application from their website. Take that application, review the application, look and see what they're asking you. If you have experience in the laboratory side, the science side, then you will know very quickly whatever they're asking you for, you'll be able to pivot and you'll be able to figure out how to respond to the questions. In Texas right now, you still don't have a medical marijuana program, but it's not too soon, not too early rather, to start putting together your business plan and start thinking about how you want to approach this. You want to see what's been done in other states because 9 times out of 10, the same rules and regulations and application that you're seeing, that you will see in Texas, you've already seen in like New Jersey or in Missouri or in Florida. So start there. All right. ML Martinez, hopefully I answered your question. If I didn't, get right back in line. Let me know how I can help you. Oh, aloha. Let me tell you something. Hawaii was the best experience. I had the best conference. Shout out to May. Tell her I said I love her. When I went to Hawaii last year for the cannabis conference there, I made some new friends that are still lasting long friends. And let me tell you something. Hawaii has a vibrant cannabis community. You have great co-ops that are creating medicine for patients. You really do some wonderful things there. guess what? I want to come back. I want to come back and have my sabbatical there this summer. So anybody that wants to house me for the summer, July, for the whole month of July, call me. But no, long story short, I think that Hawaii, you guys, we need to expand the medical program and create some reform to make it better, to cut up some of the vertical license holders who are monopolizing all of the industry. And so basically, if you guys in Hawaii, we need to be focused on this. Raquel is our state director for M4MM in Hawaii. So listen, I just love it there. So, you know, I don't know if you have any questions or anything else that you want to share from Hawaii, but aloha. All right, next question. All right, so wait, hold on. Antoine is here. Hi, hey from Virginia. Hey, Antoine. He's our Virginia State Director. And Antoine's question is, any updates from the White House on their support? Oh, regarding like the MORE Act? Hopefully that's what you're speaking of. Okay, so the MORE Act it was the first, hold on a second, get my chair here. The MORE Act passed Congress in 2020. However, the Senate did not take up the bill. And the MORE Act basically legalizes cannabis across the board. And also there's a social equity component to it and social justice reform. So since it didn't pass in 2020 on the Senate side, you have to take up a whole brand new bill. And I will tell you that there are a lot of really dialed in organizations, including M4MM, that we are working together behind the scenes to look at the current bill and figure out how to improve it and reintroduce it come this spring. So Antoine, hopefully that answers your question, but we are not there yet. But we do believe that the Biden administration, and even on the Senate side, there's I think there's a desire to actually address the MORE Act and hopefully, fingers crossed, to get it passed. All right. DJ Howard, here from Florida, checking in. Hey, DJ, what's going on, brother? Listen, Florida. You know, so listen, right now I'm here in Orlando at our corporate office here for M4MM. And Florida is still, there's operators are operating in the state. We have over 465,000 medical patients on the program here in Florida. And unfortunately, we do not have any homegrown minority-owned businesses that are licensed operators. I will tell you this. I had an opportunity to talk to the folks at Cookies. Now, you guys know that Cookies is a minority-owned brand that's out of California, that's global, right? Well, I had a conversation with them last week, and I was really, really inspired and intrigued about what they're going to do here in the state of Florida. Cookies just got the license. They bought a license, so they're coming into the state of Florida. They're going to look at creating these retail experiences. The Cookies brand, you guys know about it, you hear about it. So I'm anxious to find out what's going to happen with that. And what we want to see, not only with Cookies, but with all the other, I would say with the other operators, we want to see some Black-centric brands on their shelf, right? So how do we get more Black brands on the shelf so that when you go to that dispensary, you have that brand that you may want to purchase and that you want to support. So those are some of the things that you can kind of get ready for. All right, next, shout out to India Crosby. This young lady is my new state director for Ohio. Hey, India girl. Hey, my girl. So listen, we haven't even met in person yet, but India has worked with our administrator as well as our COO, and she is now going to be our new state director for Ohio. So if you're in Ohio, if you know anyone in Ohio, India Crosby is going to be our go-to. We're going to figure out how to fix the medical program. It needs some fixing. It needs some reform. We need to have more access to the plant in our own communities. So I'm super excited to have India on board. And so, I mean, you have no idea. And this lady comes from she has an education background. She has an education training, a master's in education. And really someone that's going to be able to take a look at the state and coalesce connection and get people working together for the common good of the state. I mean, I know we're talking about adult use bills and we're talking about how we need to have more, we want to be able to be a part of these adult use bills. But guys, realize that this plant is medicine. And some of these medical programs are really, really lacking, and they need more. Education, more outreach, and we need more retail opportunities in our community, and we need more craft growing and more just people of color from background being able to participate in the economics of this industry. So Ohio is on the map. So happy to have you, India. All right. Then we got, yep. We love May too. She was on my site, on-site doctor for my 420 event. Yep. So you call her and you tell her right now, we're giving her mad love on Cannatalk with Roz. We love May. We appreciate her. Once COVID lifts, I definitely, I know Hawaii, you guys are going to have another in-person event. Please make sure you have me come back out. It was just a pleasure. Hawaii, if you have not been, yes, it was pretty awesome. So, and then being able to define your tribe. So shout out to Jason. Hey, Janae, what's the name of Jason's farm up there in the mountain? Man, Jason, I can't think of it right now, but this, they had a great event that was for the cannabis community, and everybody got together, and it was so awesome just being able to talk to one another. And this was diverse. It wasn't just all Black people or white people. It was just a mixture of people who love the plant and who want to see Hawaii have more access. And so shout out to Hawaii and Jason and May and Janae. And yeah, you guys really got it going on. All right, let's go here. DJ says, social equity programs in Florida, what can we do? That's a big question mark. So I will tell you, there is some talks and some conversations going on about having social equity programs in Florida. I will tell you this also in Florida right now, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. The Supreme Court is still deliberating on the lawsuit from Floyd Grown. So check it. If Floyd Grown's lawsuit wins, if the plaintiff wins against the state of Florida, that will break up the vertical business model. And therefore, not only can we have more constructive and supportive dialogue about social equity, but no longer will you have a vertical business model. So that means currently right now in the state of Florida, if this is your business, this is your cannabis business, you're responsible for cultivating, for processing, manufacturing, for retail and delivery. Now, what we want to see is a horizontal business model like this. And that means you have all these different licenses. So this is a license to cultivate. This is a license to manufacture and process. This is a license to be able to have a retail establishment. This is a delivery license. What that means is that you don't have to be a jack of all trades. You don't have to do it all. You can have one license that you really want to perfect. You get in there and you do a great job. So if Floyd Grown sued the state of Florida, the Supreme Court, the last final verbal arguments were held in October. So we're still waiting for the Supreme Court to decide on that case. If that case goes into the favor of the plaintiff, Floyd Grown, that means that the environment and the program that you see in Florida right now will not be the same. And so you guys just stay tuned. We have to talk about social equity. DJ, I don't know where you live, but find out who is your state rep and who's your state senator. And I want you to email them and I want you to say, Roz said, with Minorities for Medical Marijuana, what are we going to do about social equity programs in the state of Florida? Send them that email, send them that message, give them a phone call. That's how you change policy, guys. If you want to change policy, we have to call these lawmakers. And the lawmakers, I don't care if you're black, white, purple, or yellow. If you believe social equity is important, and if you believe it's something that we have to call these lawmakers and we have to hold them accountable. And so go online. All you got to do is just put, who is my state rep for Miami, and put your zip code. And they'll basically tell you who's your state rep. You are their constituent. They're there to serve you. And so that's what I would say. Okay. All right. Okay. That was India. How we got? Oh, you haven't met Jason yet? Yeah, he's awesome. Okay. So if we have to have a cap for it, so homegrown, some states to look at for homegrown is look at the state of Missouri. Missouri has a homegrown. Missouri is a medical state. Missouri also has the way that they gave out their licenses in Missouri, they did it where you have 8 congressional districts in Missouri, and each district was awarded 25 retail licenses. So imagine if you have a state that goes from east to west, right? Instead of having people trying to go from the west to the east to try to vie for a license and compete for a license, what it did was it allowed you to have this congressional district. So you may have a district here, one here, one here. The whole entire state has congressional districts. There were 25 dispensary licenses in each congressional district. In addition, there were 86 manufacturing and processing licenses given out and 68 cultivation licenses. So if you guys look at the fact that if you have a state like Missouri where you have multiple opportunities to enter from a horizontal business model, and on top of that, you have a 6-plant personal growing. That is a really unique market that we think is supportive of open market capitalism, but also personal choice. I just got off of a webinar with the Women in Weed. It's with Antoinette Gomez, and she's doing a conference on Blacks in the industry for this weekend. And the one thing we talked about, and shout out to the Dank Duchess, is being able to grow your own medicine, being able to have the ability. Antoinette is in Canada, and she's like, Roz, I grew 4 plants, and my yield was so high. And so to be able to create and grow your medicine, and then be able to and then have the ability and the opportunity to manage, your consumption. You don't have to go out and purchase. If you have a issue that's going on, you now have your own garden, your own plants that you can pull from. So it's a great thing. All right. So what we got? Oh, you're in Tampa? Okay, good. So you either have Senator Rousson, Daryl Rousson is your senator, and I don't know who's your House rep, but find out and you tell them I sent you. All right. Hey, bestie. Hey, my best friend. Love you, Kit Grimes. Hey, you guys, make sure you go follow Kit Grimes. I'm telling you right now, stop what you're doing. Go follow Kit Grimes. She's our new COO with M for MM. And on top of that, she is a mom. She's an entrepreneur. She's now running an organization. She has an incredible edible, which is her own edible line. If you want someone to do business with, and also someone who's reaching back out and having and working to make a social impact, go follow Kit Grimes. All right. Who else we got? Hey, so listen, if you're tuning in right now, we're Cannatalk with Roz. Our guest wasn't able to make it today. I'm doing just a free for all. If you have a question, anything about the industry, anything that you want to know, anything that I can help you with, I may not have the answer, but if I don't, I'll figure it out for you. So here we go. Mariella. Hey, Mariella, you always tune in. So happy to see you, my love. Cookies is heading to Florida and Puerto Rico. So Cookies is definitely in Florida. I just had a meeting with them, and they definitely have a commitment to service the state of Florida, and they're wanting to do some great things. And so I will tell you this, like, listen, there's great operators in the state of Florida, but I will tell you, there's some that reach out to minority and diverse communities and some that don't do such a great job. Shout out to our friends at Trulieve. We do so much programming with them. It's ridiculous. But I just want you guys to know that when you go and you have a choice, when you buy your medicine, when you go and give your business, so make sure that you're giving business to those people that are also embracing your community and issues that are important to you. Gone are the days where you can just be in a silo and make money and not have some type of connection and have a social impact part of your organization. So make sure you're asking those questions. What do we got here? Then Mariella says, we have to push hard now for social equity before the market becomes saturated and monopolized before small businesses can enter. You're absolutely right. And as much as we talk about from a federal perspective of legalizing the plant, it's going to happen, but now's the time to get your traction. And can I just tell you this? If you see a brand that's out there that you really like, and you are a social equity or a minority-owned business, can I ask you to please consider, call them up and say, hey, listen, do you have a franchise program? Would you be willing to, I'm a business owner hoping to open a dispensary, and I would love to do it under your brand and your name. There is nothing wrong with being able to have a ownership of an entity. It may not have Roz's Apothecary or Roz's Dispensary. It could be Curio Wellness, or it could be Curaleaf or whatever, but you have ownership. And the good thing about that is that when you are looking at operators who are willing to work and do business with you fair and square, what you can gain from them is their experience, their expertise. They have infrastructure. They've seen where you can make your mistakes, and they're able to give you some infrastructure and some support so that you don't make those same mistakes. So can I encourage you, there are some Black-centric brands that are looking to expand. Go find out who they are. There are some multi-state operators who are looking to expand. Find out, ask the question, do you want to come to my state? Would you like to partner with me? You know what? It doesn't hurt to try. And if they say no, you just keep going. So think about it. All right, who we got? So business license for cannabis catering service. So, okay, all right. So if you're in Hawaii, Hawaii only has a medical program. Now, if you want to do a catering service where you are infusing with CBD, I think that's a really tremendous opportunity and something to look at. And basically with CBD, and double check with Hawaii, but you don't have to have a operator license to do that. You can create a business that is so it could be cannabis catering service. We infuse your food with the highest grade of CBD in order to give you this experience. You want to create an experience, and all you need to do is create a business, have it as an LLC, which I suggest, but get with your attorney, get with your accountant, figure out how you want to form the business, and then basically think about how do you want to market it. What's the name of your business? What's going to drive people to your website? What's going to make you stand out? How are you going to be special? With your cannabis catering service, what do you do that's going to make me want to do business with you? What's going to make you special? And so when there's states that there's not an adult use program, you have to be creative. So you can find yourself a hemp producer in your state that's producing hemp, creating oil where you can take the oil, you then turn it into butter and be able to infuse your food and have an experience. I think Kit will be able to tell you that even though you can't use cannabis in non-legalized states, there's something to be said about utilizing CBD. You can create an experience and do something different that no one else is doing. So something to think about. All right. Let's see. Oh, so Kit says, watch Grass is Greener on Netflix. Social equity and advocacy at its finest. Please do that. Thank you, Kit. If you guys have never seen The Grass is Greener this weekend on Netflix, go watch it. Go to Netflix. The Grass is Greener. It's a great film. We are coming to the end of Black History Month, and it tells you the history and the intersection of cannabis and the Black community and why we have been disproportionately targeted. It talks about from the times of slavery when hemp was grown in this country and how the slaves were the one cultivating hemp. Is a great film, and I really encourage you guys, take it some time, watch it. It will keep you engaged. And in the month of April, we're going to have a really strong conversation with our HBCU, our chapters, FAMU and Southern University. We're going to have our students watch the film, and then they're going to sound off and ask questions from the film's producer and some of the people that star in the film. So go watch it. Thank you, Kid. What else we got? All right. So then, let's see, did I get everybody? So guys, listen, I'm here. Any other comments, suggestions? What are we doing in regards to the ancillary side of the industry? Ancillary is, listen, if you've never grown tomatoes before, you may not want to grow cannabis. If you've never processed and created products before, this is a product. I've never done a product before. So I may not be the right person to try to go after an operator license and putting in all type of resources in order to manufacture products. However, on the CBD side as well as ancillary side, there's opportunities to get in. There's consultants, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there are consultants who can help you navigate through how to create your own CBD line. And what I would tell you right now is don't do what everybody else has done. Be different. Think about like things that you use and how nice it would be to have it infused with CBD. And if you can think about those things, for example, I'm working on a line, and you know what I'm working on? Sleep. Because at night I can't sleep. So I want a really good, strong CBD pill that does what it says, that doesn't make me feel cranky, that basically allows me to get the rest I need in order to get up the next day and to work. And so for me, as I'm creating my own CBD line, I'm doing things that are very centric and specific to what I need and what really works for me. So I really want to encourage you guys to start thinking about, like, if I'm entering this industry, do it from an organic nature. Think of things that are important to you, because if they're important to you, more than likely they're going to be important to other people as well. All right, we got some comments. DJ Howard again. CBD is a great gateway and training for when your state does not legalize. Get in now, learn what's working and what isn't, and working to get it right. And I agree. Hold on, guys. I got something to show you. Hold on. Case in point. Look, you see this? Hemp hearts, right? So Eric Range, who's our co-host, and he's not here today, basically was able to get a license in Florida. Do you guys know the cost to get a license in Florida is $0 if you're cultivating? Zero. No application fee right now. And if you want to create products, or if you want to, what about if you want to have a CBD or hemp lounge? $600 for a license. 600. So all I'm saying is Eric Range created a brand. The brand is Hemp and Fork. These are hemp hearts. They're shelled hemp seeds that are packed with, it's a superfood. So it's packed with plant-based protein, omega-3 and 6, and iron. And look, he did this himself. Find the packaging, be able to create the graphics. You guys can do it. Find something that resonates with you, and then be able to do your research, find your farmer, find a partner, and really produce something really spectacular. So shout out to Hemp and Forks. All right, let me see what we got here. Listen, hey, Vape John, I love it. Stay in your lane as an event producer. As a matter of fact, send me an email, because we need to produce a in-person conference next year, 2022, in Orlando. And so really, once you know what you do and you do it well, stay in your lane and produce it and do it. And Vape, you should be talking to people right now. What's your plan for 2022? Do you need me to produce your event for you? I can do this from a small scale to a medium to a large conference or a multi-state conference or what have you. But the days once we get past COVID, in my estimation, there's going to be a longing, there's going to be a hunger to get back together in person, to talk to one another, to hug one another, to support one another. And that's when you, as an event producer, I think so much opportunity. So kudos to you, my friend. All right, here we go. Okay, Antoine, we calling you out, brother. India says, well, let's get Norfolk State. Norfolk State is a HBCU. We would love to have you guys a part of our conversation in April about the grass is greener. So Antoine, India is calling you out. So let's make it happen. Get with Kit. Kit, India's calling out Antoine, and now I'm calling out Kit. Let's make it happen. Let's get Norfolk State on the books. All right, let's see what else we got here. So I have an Infusion Brunch live virtual series happening this weekend. Okay, so put it in the chat. If anybody has an event coming up, if you have a or anything that you want us to share, put it in the chat, and so we can make sure we share with everyone. So you're having an Infusion Brunch live virtual series. One, I think that's super dope. The fact that you can do it virtual. The fact that you can do it where you're showing how you're going to be infusing, man, French toast, infusing French toast sounds so lovely right now. So imagine if you can show that, because listen, it's a funny thing is Kit was here a couple of weeks ago and she was telling me all about, she was like, I mean, this is what I love. When someone loves what they're doing, you can see it on their face. They love it, they eat it, they breathe it. It's what they do. And so I'm asking her, I'm not a cook for sure. I know how to cook, but I'm not a cook. I don't like this. So anyways, I'm like, Kit, well, how do you infuse the food? What do you do? And if you could see her really walking me through the process and sharing with me exactly how, this is what's needed for the basic mainstream. We don't understand how to take oil and turn it into butter, or how to use, infused, savory items such as olive oil, or other different options outside of just sweets and candies and cookies. So I really, congratulations. Put the information into the chat so we can show up and support you for your infusion brunch. All right. All right, we got a shout out to, hey, listen here, Cree Robinson said, I'm Spelman alum, and I love to try and get Spelman involved. I love it. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is how we got to stay connected. So we got Cree. Cree is a Spelman alum. We have to take our students and really engage them in a meaningful way and make it so that it's a normal conversation, so that we don't have to backdoor, like some of our students are suffering from stress, anxiety. And when they consume because one, that like their anxiety level is so high that it allows them to be able to function a little bit better and consuming responsibly. And these are the type of conversations that we need to have, but also to talk about the career opportunities as well as the business opportunities. So shout out to Spelman. Cree follow Kit follow Cree follow Antoine follow, all of you guys follow each other. That's what it's all about today. Put some more in the chat. Tell me what you want to talk about, guys. I'm on a roll today, man. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. It's in the chat. Hoppin.com, events infusion brunch, live experience, Black Futures. What time is it, Vape? Tell us what time it is as well. Well, it'll probably tell us on Hoppin, but here it is, guys. Make sure you get tuned in. All right, what we got next? And then what's up? BT Young, Iceberg Slim? Tell us where you're from, brother. We're just live. If you guys have not known my guest, I have no guest today. My co-host is out on the farm, farming hemp. Our guest today ended up having a technology issue. So I figured, why not come on in? Let's talk to the people. Let's talk about what's going on in the industry. I'm answering any question, no holds barred. Any question you have, listen, I'm a wealth of information. So whatever I can help you with, you got my undivided right now. Let's be specific. Think about where you are right now. Think about how we can also, how do we help people as well as help ourselves? So ask me anything. Next thing, hempcrete. Oh, India, listen. I just had a conversation with Eric Range about this. And for you guys who have lots of land, so if you got a lot of land and you're thinking about hemp and you're wanting to get into the industry, the industrial side of hemp is such a really just exciting place to be. It's growing, and it's going to grow, and it's going to continue to grow. If you are thinking about hempcrete, if you've never heard of it, it's basically concrete infused, or that's added with that you have a grain of the hemp grain added to the concrete. It creates a mixture that's then put as a foundation for houses, and it has the ability to create so much strength. So especially if you're in Florida, where you have the concerns about hurricanes, things of that nature, you really have an opportunity with hempcrete. It's going to change the housing industry. Mark my words right now. Hempcrete is going to change the housing industry. Hemp wool. So when you talk about when you want to have your insulation, instead of having fiberglass insulation, which can be very dangerous if it's not applied correctly, think about hemp wool and what will happen with that. So in order to facilitate and service a whole entire housing industry, that means you got to grow a lot of hemp. So if you're anyone out there and you're thinking about, I want to be in the hemp industry, if you're in Florida and you got agricultural land, Go get your license. It costs $0, no application fee. Sit on it. Even if you got to sit on it, it's worth it. Sit on it, figure it out, take your time. The state of Florida, and shout out to Commissioner Nikki Freed, shout out to Holly Bell, who is the director of the department in Florida, really have created an opportunity where they want to see people get into the industry and being able to take your time and figure out where's your right place. But what you want to do is, if you want to get your license, don't wait 2 years from now and then there's possibly a fee. Right now is the time. And if you need help in filling out the application, hey, listen, go to www.m4mmunited.org. Leave us a comment. I need help getting my hemp license. I need help with the application. We will help you. Not a problem. Here we go. Kit says she's currently working on a hempcrete initiative in Ghana. Super big. I'm telling you, such opportunity, guys. Hempcrete is such a cool. Listen, we should be thinking about Ghana. We should be thinking about Haiti, the DR, Puerto Rico, wherever you have that belt where you have these storms that come through and you have instability with housing. Hempcrete could really make a difference in Jamaica. So please keep your mind on it. And mind you, in Jamaica and DR and Haiti, there's not enough land in regards to massive land to grow hemp. And also, especially in Jamaica, people don't want to grow hemp and grow their cannabis together because they don't want it to cross-pollinate. So if you grow hemp here in the States and are able to work with a processor to create the hempcrete that gets shipped over, there's an opportunity for you from a business perspective. So check it out. All right. What we got here? Look at there. There you go. Kit in India. They're all plugged in. All right. So Antoine, what's the average cost to get into the hemp farming if you already have the land? It depends on what state you're in. So the state that you're in, there's always going to be an application fee, or maybe not. So in Florida, there's no application fee. Where to start is go to the Department of Agriculture for Virginia or whatever state you're in. You want to go into their hemp, and then if you go into the search engine, type in hemp. You want to figure out and you want to start your application to get your hemp license. Once you get your license, we have hemp farming networks within M4MM that you can get plugged into and that you can find out about cost sharing. Sometimes instead of you having to have a big piece of equipment, if there's a farmer who's close to you that's in the hemp industry, you guys can do co-op and sharing of equipment and of resources. So I don't want to have to give you a figure right now. I will tell you this. It's a lot cheaper to get into hemp as a crop that you're cultivating versus the regulated medical marijuana or adult use market. So check that out. All right. Okay. And what do we have? Yes, Puerto Rico is having a big campaign for alternative construction material for those areas. Yes, and we need hemp. So Mariella and Kit, let's talk. Because if Kit's working on a program in Ghana, there's no reason why we can't flip it really quickly and talk about doing a program in Puerto Rico, which is a part of the U.S. So we got to start talking to one another and start figuring some things out. So Mariella and Kit, make sure you follow each other and DM. So that's awesome. A lot of people are looking to go to Gambia. It's growing in popularity, FYI. So yep. Also Ghana and Zimbabwe. Cree. Also want to shout out Cannabis. They are a Black-owned hemp consulting agency based out of Texas. Well, shout out to Cannabis. Tell them to make sure if they reach out, we would love to have them on Cannatalk with Roz. I've never heard of them before. Texas is going to be a huge market, not only for hemp. Think about this. What is Texas known for? You're known for your drilling oil. And there has been data showing that you can utilize hemp. And once you break it down, you can be able to put hemp inside of those drill bits and pour it into those oil wells in order to break up the oil from the drill bit. Because what happens, there's a very big expense when you're drilling. And when you break that drill bit as you're trying to drill that oil, supposedly hemp is a great product that helps from a separation perspective. Texas, you guys are going to have such a huge opportunity. hemp products, hemp flour, hemp pre-rolls, tinctures, vape pens, health and wellness products, skin products. So stay on the lookout for that. If you are someone that's in Texas right now, start thinking about and putting your plan together. It's going to be a regulated market. It's still behind. It's the biggest market and the biggest opportunity that still we don't have a medical program in Texas, but it's coming. Trust and believe it's coming. All right. Did I get everybody? All right, good. All right, Sarita, girl, come on, tag me up. Send me a DM. Let's get you on Cannatalk with Roz. Let's talk about cannabis. I mean, this is such great, awesome conversation. You're so right, Cree. We have to share and talk to one another. So make sure not only that, guys, but if you guys are not right now, let's do it right now. Go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You can always make sure that if there's things that, if you don't catch us live, if you subscribe to the channel, you can always go back and catch some of the shows that we put on. But the YouTube channel is right there. Just Cannatalk with Roz. Go to YouTube. How many members do we have out here? Are you a member? If you're a member, raise your hand. Give a shout out in the box. Let me know if you're a member. But our membership for individual members is $100 for the year. We spend $100 on junk all the time. So spend $100 on yourself. Become a member of M4MM. Get connected. Find your tribe. I mean, we just have some great things going on and some great people that are leaders that are really driving. So make sure you come find us at M4MM. All right, guys. How we looking? Any more questions? I think we covered everything, man. So listen, this has been a short, abbreviated Cannatalk with Roz. My co-host, Eric Range, he's out right now on the farm, farming, working with his hemp farmers. Our guest wasn't able to make it today, but today was really awesome. I mean, and you guys, we need to think about this. How do we, we want to make sure that we stay connected, answer your questions for you, stay engaged. Everybody that's in the chat right now, make sure that you go follow each other, tap on one another, support one another, support M4MM. And let's make sure that we are just learning and figuring out how to do business together, and let's just win together. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to sign off for today. If there's any more new comments, let me check. Anything new? Let's see what we got here. Hey, Walt Huck, how are you, brother? So Walt Huck is in West Virginia. You guys know West Virginia just brought on their medical program, and so they're going to be coming on live soon. So if you're looking for opportunities from a professional perspective, or I definitely got the hookup for a professional. So if you're looking for an opportunity in West Virginia, I got the hookup. Call us, email us. Let us know how we can help you. All right. Thanks for being on, Walt. Appreciate you, brother. And we're so happy to have you too, my love. Thank you guys so much for just rocking with me, rocking with the organization. We appreciate you so much. I'm here in our office right now. My daughter just walked in, so she's there rubbing on my puppy. So, I mean, listen, M4MM, we're physical. We don't work from home. We have a physical office. We're working hard. We're a true bona fide nonprofit organization focused on our community and helping our community and making a difference. So, without further ado, you guys have a great weekend. Take care of one another, love on one another. Enjoy your time out. I'm hoping that it's going to be good weather for everybody. But make sure you join us next Friday for Cannatalk with Roz, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.